Morning. It is Thursday morning. It is October the 20th, and this is Coffee Talk. I am first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. You've made it to the, well, perhaps most insert words here. I don't know. What is this to you? I'm curious. My voice continues to give me grief, so I will do the best I can. I apologize. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. We do this 7 days a week. We chat about what's going on in the world of weather, get your day started off hopefully on a bright, sunny note, and certainly hopefully get you updated on what's going on in the world of weather. The top two things that we are monitoring today: beautiful weather. But how long does this great weather stick around? We're going to look ahead to the weekend. And in that picture, that's a corn maze, if you can't figure it out. I put that up and I'm like, I don't even know if that translates well. So there's that. Plus, we're going to look long range. Of course, we've got Halloween not far away. We've got Thanksgiving not far away. And we're going to eyeball both of those. So stay tuned. We, of course, will have you covered. And if you miss Coffee Talk through the morning, remember, you can also get it where you get your favorite podcasts. Just head over to Spotify, head over to Apple Podcasts, or the iHeartRadio app, and you can get us there as well. Okay? All right. If you're watching us live, the temperatures are also scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Here's a look at our Tower Cam network. It is lovely out. We do have a few clouds, and those clouds snuck in little goobers overnight, kind of keeping some areas just a little bit milder than we had first thought. And that's okay. It's just kind of one of those things. So we'll have to deal with that. But at any rate, it's still a nice and chilly start. 55 degrees in Orlando right now. It is 43 degrees in the Villages, 37 degrees outside in Ocala. It is definitely a chilly one. As a matter of fact, if we go kind of county by county here, we'll start up in Marion County. Here's a look at your temperatures. 37 right now in Romeo. It's 38 officially at the airport. 39 degrees in Reddick. 44 degrees in Lynn. So nice and chilly. Let's head over to Sumter County and check in on temperatures there. 39, at least at 8 a.m. as we're doing this live. 39 degrees in Rutland. 44 degrees in Wildwood. It is 46 degrees in Webster. Let's head over to Lake County, because why not? Temperatures here. Chilliest certainly up to the north. 46 Altoona, 51 degrees in Leesburg, 52 degrees in Claremont. Then we head into the Tri-County Metro, Seminole County. Let's see how we're doing. 54 degrees in Lake Mary. It's 55 in Winter Springs. My house in unincorporated Winter Park. Let me look. Seminole County side of Winter Park. I'm at 52.5 degrees. I need to get my data on that graphic. I'll get there. Orange County. Let's check in and see how you're doing. Orange County, 45 in Apopka, 55 degrees in Lockhart, 54 degrees Union Park. Lake Nona, 54 degrees, 53 degrees in Wedgefield. Let's head over to the beaches. Flagler County. Good morning to you, my friends. Certainly at Flagler Beach, interestingly enough, it's milder. Remember, the water temperatures don't shift around as much. So the temperatures right at the beach are certainly going to be, a little milder. But you head inland and it's chilly. 51 in Corona. It's 47 degrees in Bunnell. Let's head over to Volusia County. See what's doing by you. 54 Spruce Creek at the Fly-In Community. It's 53 degrees in DeLand, 55 degrees in Osteen, and last but not least, Brevard County. Let's check in on you and see how it is. 57 in Viera, 54 degrees in Mims, 56 at the Kennedy Space Center, and 61 at Patrick Space Force Base. I didn't do Osceola. Now this is really the last of the counties. My apologies, I forgot you. 55 degrees in Poinciana, 54 degrees in St. Cloud. So, long story long, it's chilly outside, right? But we do rebound beautifully today. Look at these temperatures. 57 degrees at 9 a.m., 66, 11 o'clock, 71 by 1, and we are making it up to 75 degrees at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So while it's chilly this morning, we're going to have a milder finish this afternoon. That is going to be absolutely lovely. That's 75, of course, in the metro, but it does depend on where you are. Here's a look around Central Florida. 75 in Orlando, 73 degrees in Leesburg, 71 degrees in Ocala, and about 75 for us in Sanford. So it looks great, it feels great, and yeah, it's all good. Saul Goodman. If you watch Better Call Saul, you get it. So, not that this is a surprise, but our what to wear forecast for today for the kiddos. Jackets out the door for us all. But into the afternoon, we can get into more comfortable clothing. I've got the long sleeves. The kids were in the jackets this morning. But into the afternoon, we're able to be a little more relaxed. It's a great forecast for all things considered, including a launch. There is a rocket launch at 10:50 this morning. 90% chance of good weather. Now, mid and upper level winds may have a little bit of a hiccup there, but everything else is pretty much fantastic. This is another batch of Starlink satellites, so we'll be good there. Certainly if you're wanting to head out the door this morning, especially if you live in our northernmost areas, there is the potential of a little fog. I want to point out, did I say fog? I meant frost. Frost advisories are posted for Alachua County up to the north. But this is up in Ocala. Just got these pictures from Amanda Stem. Look at this. That's a little bit of frost in the yard. And this is what I was talking about last night, was the potential for some frost, especially in our northernmost areas. Wasn't widespread enough that we were expecting it to be worthy of a frost advisory to be posted. But nevertheless, some parts of Marion County certainly could have had frost, Debbie. That's right. Cheryl says, loving the cool weather, not ready for warmth. It's not like it's going to get hot, though. So, let's just take a minute and enjoy the chill, right? Let's just take a moment. So let's start over at Hollywood Studios. If you're heading out today, Slinky Dog. Looks like a great day to head on out. Nice, crisp morning, bright, beautiful afternoon, upper 60s by lunchtime. I did read that Typhoon Lagoon, the Disney water park, was closed for obvious reasons, so that makes perfect sense. If you're heading out to SeaWorld today to enjoy, looks like a great, great, great day. Forecast temperatures are looking fantastic. For tonight, Halloween Horror Nights continues out at Universal Studios. Those temperatures are going to be dropping, but it is not going to be as cold. The temperature trend over the next couple of days is coming up little by little by little by little. So keep that in mind. What that also means is that for Friday Night Football, we're looking good. This is Lyman playing Oviedo. Oviedo shellacked my Silverhawks Friday night. Yeah, great football weather. Great, great, great football weather. It's going to be a little milder, but still great football weather. Jennifer says frost in October. No, the cold depresses me. I get you. What's interesting is when we look at the overall weather pattern, yesterday's high temperature in Orlando briefly made it to 70 degrees, making it the record cold high temperature on the day. And as a matter of fact, all of Central Florida's record-keeping sites had record chilly high temperatures. We don't usually get temperatures that look like this until November, so we are running about 3 weeks ahead of our normal first at or below 70-degree afternoon. Yeah. Alejandra, good morning to you. Please let me know if there's more cold fronts on the way. Loving the weather. Well, of course there are. Not in the at least short term, but there are more cold fronts. Scott's asking, do the lakes moderate temps in Orange County? North Pasco, Hernando, Citrus, always 8 to 12 degrees colder directly west of here. Yeah, well, it's not just the lakes, Scott, but it's the concrete. Pasco, Citrus, Hernando counties are a little more rural. It's the same reason why Ocala is typically colder than the metro. The buildings hold in heat. Concrete holds in heat. And what ends up happening is you end up with this phenomenon known as the urban heat island effect, where overnight, with clear skies, all of the heat from the day radiates out into the atmosphere. Okay, that's called radiational cooling. Okay, but the concrete, the stucco, everything from the buildings holds that heat longer and lets it out slowly through the night. So what you end up with is, this kind of, I think it's very aptly named the urban heat island effect. So that's kind of where we're at. In town, that's what we get to enjoy. Fun, fun, fun. Mercy says, take some honey with lemon. You sound hoarse. Yeah, it's I'm not going to be talking much today. I'll do my coffee talks, but I won't be doing much talking. Pat, is the long range lineup for cold front coming on the 29th? Shall we look? Before we get into that, let's just look at our weekend, okay? Because everybody's working for the weekend. I'm not a very good singer at all, especially with a hoarse voice. But there you go. This weekend, temperatures are going to be climbing just a little bit. If you're making plans to be outside, plan for sunshine, plan for gorgeous weather, but plan for the 80s once again to be returning. All right? So we're getting there little by little by little. Overall, it's a great forecast. Here's a look at the overall idea, okay? So we've got bright, beautiful sunshine for us today. Nice cool air. But over the next couple of days, we just start to moderate things a little bit. Winds come in a little more off of the ocean, and especially into this weekend, those temperatures start to get warmer and warmer and warmer. And I will point out, for those that pay attention, this is a weak little signal, but there's a little signal off of our East Coast that will more than likely be something we're watching, at least, for our 2023 hurricane season forecast. But in the meantime, because of its flow, we're kind of getting a bit more of a breeze in off of the ocean, and that's going to mean, some warmer temperatures. All right, so that's kind of the overall scenario for us. So with that said, let's look at our 7-day forecast, and then we can talk long range, and then we can talk tropics, okay? 75 our high temperature today, 77 tomorrow, into the 80s this weekend. Then, into the mid-80s looking ahead to next week. It looks like some decent chances of rain come mid next week. Frank says, except when you work the weekends too. And believe me, do I know a thing or two about working weekends. I've only worked weekends my almost entire career. I think I had 2 years total in my 22 years of television. I've had 2 years where I did not work weekends. Cool. Michael says that urban heat island effect is crazy. I remember when I was a student in Boston, it would be behind 25 and snow, yet felt warm when you were in the city, but cold and snowy out. Yeah, the urban heat island effect is a real deal. It is wild. And that's why my personal weather station I have at my house is literally as far away from my house as I can get it. It's as far away from my house, and it's like halfway between my house and there's a little pond in my backyard, and I've done everything I can to not contaminate the data as best as I can. Tim, is this cold front an indicator for next year? Well, it's definitely something that has been logged and will play into our December, January, February, March forecasts. Now, I will say that some of the fronts that I'm looking at ahead of us have some severe indicators. So it'll be interesting to see how that will eventually play out. Steph says Country Thunder all weekend at Silver Spurs in Kissimmee. Country Thunder? Oh, the music festival. That's right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to do a forecast for it. Yeah, we'll have to do a forecast for it. Jason Aldean and Chris Young are going to be there. How fun. That looks like fun, y'all. Yeah, we'll have to do a forecast for it. Let's see. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me. Laura says, yes, rain. We own a lawn care business and we love the rain. Speaking of which, I need to go do my own lawn care today. Mickey's asking, still La Nina or are we transitioning to El Nino? We are still in La Nina. And let me tell you something. When it comes to La Nina and the tropics, we're already working on our 2023 hurricane season forecast. Yeah, I already have an idea about numbers. What? Yeah, we've already begun our work on our 2023 hurricane season forecast. And the numbers are going to be interesting. Interesting. What are you saying, Burris? What do you mean, interesting? I'll talk about it March 1st. But until March 1st, I'm just going to keep talking a little bit about it just to wet your whistle, right? Speaking of tropics, we're still in hurricane season. Let's look outside. Latest GFS showing that little piece of energy developing east of us today, tomorrow. For those of you listening on the podcast mode, nothing concerning there. It'll kind of lift up to the north. Maybe an indicator, if I'm honest, maybe an indicator for the Carolinas for some tropical activity come next hurricane season. There's a little storm system there along a frontal boundary that is next Wednesday, the 26th or so. Brings us some rain, and we've got that in our 7-day forecast. And then after that, perhaps some cooler temperatures late next week into the weekend, 29th, 30th. Look at that, kind of along another frontal boundary, storm system developing and moving away around Halloween. And at least according to the GFS, through November 2nd, all is quiet. Now, I will say that the BSR shows something of moisture, some sort of energy around South Florida around November 2nd. So the GFS is not initializing that. Let's switch over and let's look at the European. Just curious to see what the European model is showing. There's that energy off our East Coast next couple days. There's that frontal boundary around the 28th, 29th, passing through right in time for Halloween. Oh, look at that. I think the European is doing a little bit better, showing frontal moisture, bringing some moisture into the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing too organized, and that's that. So, for now, we'll watch. But I do think, if I'm honest, I do think that this plays out in terms of at least our Halloween forecast. I think this plays out favorably. You know what? Before I even get to the Halloween forecast, the long range that we've discussed, let's look at the temperature anomalies. Temperature anomaly for... Yeah, look at that. It's showing cooler temperatures. Not a ton cooler, but cooler temperatures for Halloween. I'll take it. Yeah, there's the 31st. That's 8 p.m. on the 31st. The GFS is showing the greens and blues, which are temperatures running 3 to about 6 degrees cooler than average. So that plays through now that the models are at least going out that far. One thing to point out, though, is that we have talked about that for a couple days now. Our Halloween long-range forecast had been calling for a cold front to arrive around the weekend, a couple of showers over the weekend as that front pushes through, and then clearing and cooling for Halloween, which would be lovely. Christine says frost in Ocala on the roof in the yard. Very cool. Very cool. I did, Ashlyn. My God, those pictures. And I love the comparison between the James Webb and Hubble because it really gives perspective of how unbelievable this technology is. Yeah. Debbie said teasers. Hey, I gotta keep you interested. I can't give it all away. Yeah, my brother Frank says that's called in the biz. That's called a tease. Yep. Oh boy, good stuff. All right, so that's all we got for now. That's all we got. Please don't rain on the trick-or-treaters. We're going to try not to. But by next Wednesday, a little bit of rain, and then Thursday, Friday, I think things will start to look a bit better. Okay? All right, to rest my voice, I'm going to probably cut it off just a couple of minutes early, my friends. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? I will see you guys and gals later on today for the 3:30 coffee talk. Barbara, do you go into the station every day for work even when you're not on the air? I'm in the station 5 days a week. But like today, I'm off. So we'll do coffee talk and then I'll go do my husband jobs, my dad jobs, the, owner of the house jobs. I'm mowing the yard, yada, yada, yada. And I'll just be working out of my home office. But yeah, I'm off of work today. And I'm off of work tomorrow. And then Saturday when I'm back, I'll be back in the office. So yeah. All right. All right, guys. See you at 3:30 for the afternoon coffee